Me again, thanks for coming, and I wanted to do another video for you today about this. This is a chocolate dial Submariner homage, and I'm really excited to do this video because I got this watch for a steal at £57. And anyone interested in a Parnis watch, stick around for this video and you'll find out a lot more. What do you get for £57? Let me show you. Roll intro. Thanks for coming back, guys. I really appreciate you watching my videos. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, check out my others. I'm working on improving my content immensely as best as I can. I've got more stock of watches coming in, and I look forward to sharing those with you, my thoughts, my opinions, and just help you out getting some information on all these timepieces. And if you're in the market to buy one of these, I don't actually have any affiliations with anyone who sells these at the moment. So initially I'd like to say where I buy them from, and I have absolutely no bias or any business contacts with any of them at the moment. So I'm basing all my help just from experience. So I bought this from mywatchcode.com, and they have business on AliExpress. They have their own mywatchcode.com website, and they have an eBay store. So you're spot for choice there. But there are a number of other places you can buy these Parnis watches. So yeah, feel free to hunt around, but hopefully I've helped you out with who I've had good experience with. I'm in the UK. I got this watch in 12 days with another one I ordered, and they came together in a polythene box. It was well wrapped, well packaged, and it was loads of bubble wrap, so they're well wrapped up and they're really safe. And yeah, so I've had a really good experience buying them. That's a common question I get with my videos is, where did you get that? I really like it. So hopefully that's a good start to help you out. So you're going to now need some details. If you already like the look of this watch, which I'd like to show you now a few outside shots just to give you an initial idea of how well this dial and the finishing of this watch catches the light. So yeah, check these out. Complementing dial is the Dancing Daisy, beautiful. Strutting its stuff in the background, beautiful. Nice lie down shot. Enjoying, relaxing in the sun, lying in the grass, beautiful. Very nice. Moving on, come on. And the obligatory rolling wrist shot. Very nice. So facts and figures you're going to probably be wanting to hear about with this, so you get an idea of how big this watch actually is, how much it weighs, are as follows. So it weighs 138 grams with 3 of the links taken out. It's a Jubilee bracelet, just so you know. I took 3 out as screw links. You can see the little screws there. Get yourself a little watchmaker's screwdriver to help you take those out. It's very straightforward. Just be careful not to scratch your watch like I've done a number of times, so be wary. Then with those links taken out, 138 grams. 20mm lug width here. The case size is 40mm. It's 12.5mm thick. And the bracelet, Jubilee style, tapers down from 20mm down to 15.5, then back up to 18 for the clasp, deployment clasp. Nice finishing. Perlage on this part of the clasp. So the lug to lug, which is the length of the watch, excluding these bits that stick out here on the end links, is 48mm. And including these parts here is 53mm. So it's a relatively long watch, so bear that in mind with your considerations when wearing this watch down to the size of your wrist. I have a 7-inch wrist, and I'll show you now how that fits on my wrist, so you can see it's well proportioned and it's very comfortable. So it's all 316L stainless steel with that screw case back. Inside is a Miyota 21 jaw movement, it has hacking. It's a fairly entry-level Miyota movement, but a fairly rugged, reliable movement. I'm currently getting approximately 10 seconds gain a day, which is well within tolerances, and I'm very happy with that. So the crown, as I've just shown you, is screw down. It's signed with a P for Parnis. Glass is sapphire. The bezel is ceramic, the insert. The bezel itself is brushed stainless steel. It's a 90 click bezel. Very nice action. That's the first thing I must say is a positive. Very positive click. Really good, smooth action, and it makes it feel a lot more expensive. I've used bezels on a lot more expensive watches, and the feel of them is not as well engineered as this. I'm surprised. No backplay, no bounce, no wobble. Very nice ratchety feel. If ratchety is an appropriate word to use here, I think it is. Why not? So this watch cost me £57. So throughout this video, just need to bear in mind, £57 is very little for an automatic watch. So I need to remind myself of that sometimes, because it's easy to be harsh on these kind of watches. And I will go through in this video a few of the quality control issues I've noticed, and for you, you need to see the kind of things you might expect with buying one of these watches, if it's something you're happy to deal with or not. I'll start with Cyclops Alignment. I can't work out if this is out or not. It is a bit, but it depends which angle you look at it at. So that's the first thing I noticed. You can take them off, but I think it's quite an aggressive procedure if you haven't got the right tools. You need to use like a jet lighter or something just to localize the heat, to soften the glue, and then you slide a razor blade under. All sounds quite scary if you're not familiar with messing about with watches. So if it really bugs you, it's probably safer to live with it if you want to stick with the this exact model. Moving on, it's got terrible loom. I don't know if they missed it, but the pip is okay. I'm literally not even going to bother doing any loom video. It is that abysmal. It does have a tiny bit, but it's. I wish they'd just not bothered and made it 50 quid this watch. I mean, it is that bad. But as I've said in a previous video, another Parnis I've got, that was £100 Parnis, and the loom on that was one of the best I've got. It's very, very good. So it's very hit and miss. You don't really know what you're going to get, and that's why it's good to watch these videos, because you get an idea of, if you really like loom like I do. It's not really a deal breaker for me personally, but some people, they just can't live without having something a bit decent with regards to the loom. Bear that in mind when you're getting one of these. The other thing I noticed was the end links are quite possibly the worst fitting I've ever seen. As you can see there, it's not fitting very well. It's doesn't line up actually, some reason. I mean, the bezel lines up with the dial, everything seems all lined up with this part of the watch, but in terms of, as you can see here, the triangle at the 12 on the bezel just doesn't line up with the center part of this link here. Whereas if you look at the 30, it lines up perfectly in the center with the bottom end link. So why doesn't the top one? It's just strange. Everything else seems to line up. I'm just a bit confused on that. But if you look underneath here, I'm just going to link now to an outside shot. I've got a nice clearer view of how poorly aligned the holes that are drilled in these lugs are, and probably why these end links don't fit very well. So roll clip. As you can see, that alignment of these holes in here are terrible, and the pin inside here, the spring bar, is just having to be forced in at a funny angle. So when I changed or took the strap off this to try it on a leather and another strap, it took me half an hour. I'm not joking, half an hour, as someone who's done this 1,000 times on so many watches, to put it back on. So I feel for anyone who's never done that before, or doesn't have quite the right tools, be wary of ill-fitting end links, because if you want to change the strap, and then you change your mind and want to put this one back on, it's potentially going to be really difficult. So bear that in mind. A solution to that would be to take this bracelet off, put the spring bars back in, and then you can thread in a nice NATO. This is a Zulu Dover I've got. Beautiful, from Watch Gecko. This adjustable part here, really nice brushed hardware on here, stainless steel as well. This would also complement the brown, and you can get this wet. You can wear it in the sea if you are not going to scuba dive in that. If you want to have it as a sports watch, get on one of these, mess about, not worry about it. Hot, sweaty day, these are great. You can also put it on a, this is great, with the green of the Zulu Diver vintage strap here. The green and the colours on here would complement the brown as well. So you've got ways of going, okay, if all the things I've said about the bracelet are really putting you off, you could just take it off, throw it in the bin, and for 10 quid on eBay, or go through for all the latest range, go to Watch Gecko. That's another way of solving all these bracelet issues, because there's a few quality control issues with the finishing as well on the clasp here. In the edges here, it's really rough. You probably see it in the camera there, yeah. It's not good. And I've had other clasps from Parnis and they didn't have that, and they were immaculate. But this bit's good. Really positive action, really nice, easy to use. And it has a little mini extension, sweaty day extension or diver's extension, with 3 micro adjusts. So you can get this up to a perfect size for you, really, because the links which come out are really small, and then you've got micro adjust, and then you've got a little extender there. So that's why you can, even if you decide to keep this fairly ill-fitting bracelet on the watch, you keep it on there, you can get it to fit you really nicely. So another thing I've noticed, which is fairly strange, is the Parnis logo on the dial has that type of font. The P on the side has a different font, and it doesn't line up straight either. Then you've got this writing on the clasp is another font. Why can't they just use the same font throughout? Doesn't make sense. So I've had a good moan about all these few little quality control issues, so let's get things back on the positive, because I actually have a lot of likes for this watch, and I'm going to fire through them now. Okay, we've got the styling, it's gorgeous. Obviously they haven't had to work hard at doing the design for this. We can thank another company for that immensely. The weight is beautiful, it's really comfortable, spot on, decent enough feel to it without feeling heavy. Then you've got the Myoto movement inside, which is very good. It's reliable, it's proven to be pretty accurate, and it's got the date complication, which I also like. Hacking, hand winding. It's going to be a workhorse movement. You don't have to worry about it. I love the gorgeous sunburst dial. Really, really nice. Catches the light really well. And it's just fun as well. Different colour choice. I like the screw down crown. It's going to have a little bit more water resistance than your bog standard dress watch. But I wouldn't go scuba diving in this, just to warn you. I don't know if they've tested it or not. But it does have seals in it. It does have screw down back and crown. So it should be good enough for having a mess about on holiday, swimming in the pool, things like that. Bracelet is really comfortable, easy to fit you, even though it's poorly fitting in the watch. When you're wearing it on yourself, it's actually very nice. It's really comfortable. The Jubilee style is really flexible and lightweight, and that's why I went for this type of bracelet rather than the Oyster style, which is a bit more chunky and solid, and more appropriate and traditional for this type of watch normally. But the Jubilee, I've got on another one of my Parnis, and it's very comfortable, so that's why I went for this, and I'm glad I did. The clasp is also very good. I love that deployment action. It's really comfortable, really easy to use. I love the sapphire glass. Obviously the ceramic in the bezel is immaculate. It's beautifully finished. It's a lovely colour as well. The bezel action is amazing, especially for the price. Really, really good. Has a quality engineered feel to it. The case finishing is actually really good, especially for the price. It's polishing is smooth. The brushing is really smooth as well. But the main thing I like, £57. That is an incredible price for a watch like this. It's an automatic watch, Japanese movement, all that spec, ceramic, sapphire, all stainless steel, screw links. It's fantastic value. So that's why ultimately, to finish this review, I'd say it's got character. You're going to have a few little quirky issues with it, which I've highlighted, such as alignment with the Cyclops and the end links, but you know, just 57 quid for something that looks what I think is really pretty and is a bit of fun. and you can just jazz it up a bit with some straps and have some fun with it. So I really hope this review's been interesting and helpful. I've really enjoyed making it. Any comments, please pop them in. I really do appreciate it. I do listen to them. Listen? How can I listen to writing? No, I read them all, and I really enjoy all the helpful and lovely things people say. So thanks a lot for that. If you're not a subscriber, please do. It really helps me out. And I'm looking to grow this channel immensely and bring you a lot more crazy content. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. So, bye for now.